1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm so happy that that's the intro to the song. I love it.
Yeah, because it's really just...
So this is the main instrument for this song. It's a vocoder. And I sing into this, and it takes my voice and the words that I'm singing and plays a synth note through this.
The interesting thing being, of course, that if I sang through that, it would have a different tone. So your voice and how close you are to the pitch of the notes that you're triggering are all change the character of the output of that vocoder. You played the vocoded part here.
Yeah.
So we have you singing into it, and actually creating all of those chordal choir type pads in real time. But I fell in love with you triggering. So what you did, so you could sing it and play the demo, which I really appreciated, was you actually sampled all of the each part into the sample pad, and you were triggering it while singing, which I thought was pretty brilliant. But I actually fell in love with the consistency of those samples as opposed to it happening new and fresh and being sung each time, because even though it is a vocoded synthesized part, the amount of breath, how long you run it, sing it and such, and tail it, it's going to change it. And so I'm really happy with the consistency in that. And then we used your real-time parts in the chorus and then in the come on overs, which I think really opens it up.
I've got a Roland SPDS sampling pad. And I've sampled a couple different noises that are reminiscent of early 90s Game Boy.
Yeah, it sounds like it came right out of like a
8-bit,
Bowie
yeah,
video game.
yeah.
Put in your quarter.
That one I missed actually hit the pad, but I just grazed it. Just having none of it.
Drums are an interesting one because, for better or for worse, I'm absolutely in love with that somewhat kind of gnarly, cheap snare in your room. We set up the snare, and we set up the whole exact same scenario as what I heard in your demo, except instead of bringing a kick drum, he brought a kick trigger. And what we did was we took a direct output of the pads in mono, which is going into a DI through some specific pre's, and then I took the output of the kick trigger, which is just a pulse. It's just a pulse to actually trigger either a module or something else. And I put that into, I recorded that as well into Pro Tools in real time, and then had that triggering a kick sample in real time, so you guys had something to play to. The real trick in all of this was recording the snare, because I really wanted that smashy trash can sound. I had a very specific setup in mind, and without getting too technical, essentially it was a microphone. It was a very nice mic that I have hanging over top, going into a specific preamp that caught a lot of the low end as well of the little booth, getting smashed through an 1176 compressor, really give that bang sound. But it's interesting because I saw the mic in there was up like this, and I thought, okay, well, if I put it up more and then over top, I'd get more of the snare, but I'd also get more of the pad of him actually hitting the rubber pads, which is also, of course, triggering the conga, and I would also get a little bit more of his click off his trigger kick, and that would sort of add to the ambience in the air, so it wouldn't just sound like samples. So what I didn't realize, actually, until we'd finished recording, is I had actually been using the vocal mic on the snare. That was the one that was hooked up. It says a lot about how good that vocal mic is, because it sounds great, man.
Dan, have you done all the proper vocal warm-ups for the day to make sure you're ready for this big performance?
Absolutely. I drank some French vanilla cappuccino, and
Nice.
then I had
A milky hot drink?
Yeah, a
Nice.
milky hot drink that probably scalded my vocal cords.
Lots of
And
sugar.
then I had some beef patties, which gummed them up even further. So
Very
we're
nice.
ready to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Go
No
Winhara, go.
problem. Come on over.
A bit more, Dan? It's a pretty spectacular track. You know? You guys did a really nice job of conceiving this one. This is...
Some things are never meant to last.